Tibetan focusing on those points are clearing the channels of the mind so that the negative mind doesn't arise. Because we believe the negative mind creates diseases in the body. Exactly, if a lot of anger can come in cancer. Okay, now, when we are dying in a normal death, I'm not talking about an accidental, like you fall off the cliff, bless people, I don't mean in a bad way, or you get hit by a bus, or you really just collapse and hit your head on the stairs and just instantly die. I'm talking about a normal, non-accidental, sudden death. When that happens, then the winds all converge into these 5 places. When the winds converge to these 5 places, one by one, the elements in your body, the primordial elements, earth, air, wind, and fire, will dissolve. When fire element dissolves, you feel cold. So you hear a lot of people who are dying say, "Oh, give me a blanket, it's so cold." When the wind element dissolves, you will lose your hearing. When the earth element dissolves, you feel a shaking. You start to lose consciousness. You will not be able to hear people around you. When the earth, air, water, when the water element dissolves, you feel extremely thirsty. Your eye will start going off. So what happens? Step by step, you lose your feeling, your sight, your hearing, your taste, and your touch. This will happen. When this happens, the winds dissolve into the 5 points. The 5 points, the winds dissolve into the 3 channels. The 3-channel wind, the winds dissolve into the last channel. The last channel starts from here, from the secret organ, up to our crown. Then the mind abides here. If we have been praying to our Buddha, for example, if our Buddha has been Tsongkhapa, or whatever your Guru has been assigned to you, at that moment, you'll be conscious. Outwardly, there will be no heartbeat. Outwardly, there will be no pulse. And your body will be not moving. No rigor mortis yet. But you're still there. And when you're there, if you have been meditating, you will be able to hear everyone around you, see everyone around you, and know what's going on without using your eyes, ears, nose, or body. How is that possible? Just like in your dream.
For how long?
Depends on you. Some 49 days, some 7 days, some 1 minute, some with a lot of fear. Depends on you and the control you gain over your body. And your mind. There are some very advanced ladies in Tibet, lady practitioners, who after they die, they can sit firm for 30 days. No decomposition.
Will they feel if they are being cremated?
Of course not. Why would they be in their body? Why would anybody cremate them when they're still inside? That would be murder.
But she might be lying down and you don't know.
Oh, no, my ignorant little friend. There are many advanced people around who can see whether she's still there or not. They're not all raised along going, "Oh, is it there or not? Let's burn her. Oops, too late." No. There are many ways to observe. I'm telling you a shortcut how this happens. Don't start going off the sidetrack into something very minor. Of course there are people who can say, "Oh, they're still inside," or "they're gone." Of course there are.
Question, but this dream...
The last monk that exhibited that, which is a few years ago, they got the permission of the authorities and the police, the doctors, the scientist team, and they hooked up everything to this dead body. And they were amazed why it's not decomposing. Very famous. And then when the monk finally decided to leave his body, he gave this sign, which is common. A drop of blood will come from here, a drop of blood will come from here, and his body will do this. Then you make him hit.
Okay. Sure.
This is scientifically proven.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, at least for me, there's...
Oh, no. You know what? Trust me that I wouldn't simply just believe it. Trust me.
That's true.
I wouldn't simply believe it. You know what? Then my whole life would have been wasted. No, I'm not saying that as an emotional threat to you. I'm telling you that to myself. I'm telling you all this just on a philosophical basis. As time go on, I will show you examples. I will relate incidences. I will tell you more and more. Today, I can't give you the hundreds of examples I've seen in 30 years, but I will eventually. I will. Let me just give you the philosophy example. If you're going for medical school, I'll say to you, well, we cut here, it's like that, like that. And you say, well, how does that work? Give me time, and we'll get corpses, we'll cut it up, and we'll try. You're not wrong. It is that. If we take a body of a blind person, if we take a body of a mute person, or a deaf person, or we take a body of a Chinese person, of a Tibetan person, of a Japanese person, of a Brazilian person, then our minds temporarily are associated with that existence. I am Chinese. I like Chinese food. I am of Chinese descent. And we associate everything with Chinese. And in that life, that imprint was very strong. Even if we take a new life, that Chinese-y thing will still be very strong. Hence, a lot of people in the West go to the East and feel more comfortable. A lot of people in the East go to the West and feel very comfortable. We call that expats, but actually, they're reconnecting back to something from the past. And I want you to understand, planet Earth is only part of existence. It is not the only place. It is not the only limit. Now, our gross mind is directly connected with our gross 5 aggregates. We have the eye consciousness, the eye mind, the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, taste consciousness, smell consciousness, and touch. So we use that as an avenue to give information to the subtle mind. When we die, or when we're dying, if we go through the natural process, then those 5 aggregates will dissolve slowly, one by one by one by one. When those aggregates dissolve, you will see a clear light. Some people say, oh, it's a light at the end of the tunnel. Some people say, oh, I see God. But it's not God or the light at the end of the tunnel. It is your own mind. When our aggregates dissolve, we can't taste anymore, touch, feel, see. Even the person next to us touching our hand, whispering things in our ear, we won't hear, we can't feel anymore because that aggregates is dissolved. That dissolves into our subtle mind. When that subtle mind dissolves, it leaves us. It enters a place called Bardo. B-A-R-D-O. Bardo means exactly what it means, the in-between state. In the Bardo state, we are prepared to take rebirth into another realm, into another place, into another body, into another existence. How we take that is according to the actions that we have been doing. If we have been predominantly lying to people, then we'll take rebirth in a situation, in a place where we will be lied to, where we will be tricked, and our wishes never fulfilled. If in our lifetime we've been killing animals, beings, their suffering becomes our pleasure, then will we take rebirth in such an existence where we will have to feel the same. There is not an almighty creator that creates this. It is called karma. It is the force of our karma. Now, if we have not been lying, if we have been lying, one of the rebirths we can take is our voice will be extremely unpleasant. Our minds will be unstable. We cannot garner the respect of other people when we speak. And our teeth will be crooked, unclean, messy. Our breath will smell. And we have a general unpleasant form. Why? Lying hurts people. So the result of lying will come back that even in that life we don't lie, we'll have the results of lying. So therefore, when we lie, we will be reborn with a mind that thinks or operates in such a way that doesn't match other people. So they won't like us. Or whatever we say and talk, they don't find pleasure. Or our appearance would be unpleasant. Unpleasant doesn't mean beautiful or ugly. Unpleasant. Upon sight, they don't like. Example of snake, when you see it, don't like. Now, if we practice not lying, then we will be born with a body. We'll be born with a speech that's very pleasant. What we say commands and captures the charismatic to other people. At the same time, we'll have perfect teeth, a good body, and a form that captures other people's attention. For example, from not lying, for aeons upon aeons upon aeons, the Buddha has a body that is tall, that is straight, with long arms, long fingers, long neck, very pleasant to see, very powerful to gaze upon. And to see Buddha's body, one will feel peace instantly. Some people, when you see them, you feel uncomfortable, right? But when you see a Buddha's body, no matter who you are, that's why Buddha statues are famous all over the world, even if you don't believe in them. When you put a Buddha in a garden, automatically gives you the feeling of calm and peace and zen in space.